Angel, is that you? Listen, child. Ooh, you kind of caught me off guard there, but that's all right. It's good to see you, girl. Where you been? What took you so long to come back? Anywho, I'm happy you're here. Do me a favor. Go on over to styleseat.com/TouchedByTyHairCo and book your girl. If you're in the DC, DMV area and you need to get your zoots done or that face glam, hit me up. Books are always open and I'm always accepting new clients. Go on and book me on Style Seat. Head over to Instagram at TouchedByTyHairCo and click that book now button or give us a call, 202-539-2202 to set up your appointment or consultation. You know I love you. You know I'm happy that you came back. It's good to see you. Stay tuned for the video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I'll see you in a sec. I'm happy you came back. See you in a second. Hey angels, welcome back to Touched by Ty Hair Co. If this is your first time joining me, welcome home. And here, it doesn't matter how you feel, God is still and always worthy to be praised. Amen. You clicked on this video because you want to get into this Makeup Monday, so let's do it. We're going to start this look off, as always, by cleaning the client's face. Going right into her brows, I'll be using the Morphe Brow Definer Pencil in the color or shade Java. So let's talk brows, right? Brows are the beginning, okay, or end of most people's makeup look, all right? And they're vital. They're vital to the finish, okay? You get better with time, okay? If I can give you any advice, it's to keep going. Brows are not easy. They come in all shapes, sizes, colors. No two are the same, okay? Brows are sisters, not twins. So you just want to basically do your best to get them as similar as possible, okay? If they have a full brow, you don't have to create one. Just go ahead, like she has a full brow, for example, her, okay? This client today, she has a brow. Excuse me. She has a brow. So all I did was go in and simply extend it, okay? Now, you have to find out your niche, what your look is like, okay? I like a long brow. It doesn't have to be super long, but I do like it. If the brow isn't long enough, I'm gonna extend it, okay? I like for my brow to start at the tear duct and end at the end of the eye lid. So I just like a full brow. If the client's brow is full, again, you don't have to always fill in a brow. If they have a nice full brow, work with what you have. You might just need to extend the front and the tail end of the brow, and that's it. And that's all I did with her. She had a full brow, but it was very light. So I went in, I extended the front of her brow, I extended her tail, and anywhere where it was a little patchy or gappy, I went in using this shade, just filling it in very lightly, okay? The hard part doesn't happen at the fill-in, okay? This is the easy part. The harder part comes with shaping and cleaning up the brow, defining the brow, figuring out what shape looks good for your client, because not everybody is the same. So practice makes perfect, okay? That's the best advice I can give on brows, all right? To set her brows into place, I'll be using the NYX Brow Glue. Now, the difference between this and the Duo Lash Glue, because I do use the Duo Lash Glue or any clear lash glue for that matter. This is more of a temporary wear. If you want to wear your brows for a couple days, then I'll use the Duo Lash Glue. But if this is a one night only type of thing, this gel glue, this brow gel here, it works just as good, okay? That Duo Lash Glue or that clear lash glue is going to give you a few days on a brow, you know, and that's okay. But some clients don't like to scrub their makeup off at night. They just want to wipe. So it just depends on, you know, ask your client, figure out what's going to work best for the client that you have for that day. To shape her brows into place, I'm going in with my Nicka K Full Coverage Concealer in the shade 06. And I'll be using this to define the bottom part of her brow. I have my brow brush, which is a flat liner brush from Real Perfection. And then I have my dual tip brush, which has my concealer brush on one side and my blending brush on the other. These are the two brushes that I most likely all the time am using for brows. Take your time. Try to have a steady hand, as steady as possible. You got to figure out again what you want that brow shape to look like and go for it. You know, you can always fix it. So for this brow, I did slow down the footage. This is in real time, so you guys can see how long it actually takes to really do a brow, you know. So I'm going to do one in real time and the other one, I'm going to speed it up. Now I have went on and sped up the footage, so it's good. I just, a lot of my clients ask, you know, they think that I do, when we speed up these videos, you got to remember, you guys, these videos are edited, right? So most makeup artists are not doing brows like this fast. Like, it's not going to happen. I don't care how experienced they are. They're taking their time when they're doing their work. So that's why I like to make sure you guys know when the video is in real time versus the editing portion happening for the footage, okay? So for the top of her brows, I'll be going in with my Nicka K Full Coverage Concealer, in the shade 11. So let's talk products, okay? You don't have to spend a lot of money to get good quality, all right? Something that I am learning, and don't get me wrong when I say this, you do want quality products, absolutely. But there are a lot of dupes and things like that that are available at half the price. The thing is, in makeup artistry, and this is what I am learning, you should be able to have any products and your technique should get you to a successful ending. And so I challenge myself as an artist and in my artistry, no matter what products I have, my technique. So I work more so on my technique than I do on making sure the faces beat. The technique gets you there. Trust your process. You know, I don't use, I use affordable products. I just do. Again, I have just hit my year. Well, this week I'll be hitting my year mark as a makeup artist. I'm now certified in makeup artistry. So I'm official, I'm credentialed, all that good stuff. So now I'm building on creating, you know, those higher end quality products for my clients. But when I started off with what I had. So ladies, please, and gentlemen, please do not be pressured to go out here and get all the labels, all the things that you see people using that have been in the business for 10 and 15 years. They can afford to use those products. Use what you can. Everybody know I am a affordable makeup girl. This is an affordable makeup channel. You're going to see affordable makeup tutorials here. Okay? I just wanted to put that disclaimer out there. Now, I purchased this Morphe eyeshadow primer a while ago, and it's absolutely horrible. Okay, this was my second time trying this, and I did not like it. So yeah, it'll be going in the trash. I will not be using this. It's just too oily. I don't know what it was, but I had to go for what I know. This is a no. Okay, yeah, it's a no. And the shade translucent, and it was just a no for me. So I go right to what I know, which is my Nicka K Full Coverage Concealer. I believe that I use the shade 05 or 06 for her eyeshadow base. Here you see me just blending that concealer out evenly on the eyelid. This part is very important. You want to blend everything out so when you go and set it, it sets evenly. Now I've sped it up. Same process on the other eye. So I went in with 04 for her eyeshadow base. Now to set her eyelids in place, I'm going in with my RK by Kiss Set and Forget HD Transparent Setting Powder. This is a true white powder. I'll be using the blending end of this brush to blend this product on her eyelid. This ensures that the eyeshadow will not crease, okay? This helps with that. Anytime you use a liquid, you always want to use a powder to set it. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, it's your first time here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit that bell, girl. Welcome home. And if you are returning, hey girl, where you been? I'm happy you came back. I'm so happy you came back. I love my angels. Y'all are just everything. Y'all keep me going, man. I love y'all so much. Thank y'all for rocking with me. So moving right along into this look, we are moisturizing the face using the Pond's Face Cream. This is the Walmart brand. This is absolutely fine, okay, for sensitive skin. Now, client consultation is just as important in makeup as it is in anything else, okay? You need to understand your client's skin. You need to understand if they're on any medicines, if they have any allergies. All of these things are going to matter. And good skin prep is essential to a flawless look, okay? So during her consultation, I asked her what kind of skin she has. She let me know that she had combo skin. Her skin gets very oily in her T-zone area. However, in the wintertime, she suffers from dry skin on the outer areas of her face, which lets me know I have to use some steps here to have proper skin prep. So as you can see, that's the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer, and I'm going to use that in her T-zone area. The reason why is because she has pores and they're very, very visible. So we want to minimize that because we don't want that to show through our makeup, okay? e.l.f. Poreless Primer is really, really good for that. This is a pore minimizing primer and it works, okay? I probably should have done a zoom in on her face so you guys could just see the difference once you give it time to set into the skin. So I used this in her area where her pores were enlarged, which was her T-zone area where she experiences a lot of oiliness, okay? So I put that on first. Then I'm going to go in with my e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. As you see here, I'm going to use that on the remaining areas of her face, okay? And then to combat that T-zone, to combat that oiliness, I'm going to double prime the T-zone. So I'm going to go in with the calamine lotion, and I'm going to put the calamine lotion in that oily T-zone area to just help double prime that area and just keep it nice and mattified. A lot of people might ask, why do you use calamine lotion versus milk of magnesia? So this is the tea. Calamine lotion is formulated for skin versus milk magnesia. Now, do they both give you a mattified look? Absolutely. Milk of magnesia works. MOM works, okay? I have that too. I use that as well. But I prefer to use, unless I have an extremely oily client, I prefer to use the calamine lotion, okay? And if you're looking for something that's going to make your makeup last all day, milk of magnesia or calamine lotion is another good way to prime the skin, and this is going to hug your makeup, okay? It will last all day. The difference is I just prefer calamine lotion because, again, it's already formulated for skin, right? It's an anti-irritant, so it's going to help fight against anything that's going to irritate the skin, and it just mattifies beautifully, okay? So moving right along, going into her eye look, I'm going to allow all that priming to set on her face for a minute, and I'm going to go ahead and get into this eyeshadow look. We'll be using the Juvia's Place Warrior 2 palette, and it's kind of self-explanatory here. I'm going to show you the colors that I'm using. I'll be packing these colors on with a Real Technique medium eyeshadow brush and also a Wet n Wild blending brush. So I only use 2 brushes for this technique, and I'm gonna let you guys get into that. Okay, now I'll be going in with that middle shade there, and I'm simply using that shade as a transition shade and just to blend out that harsh line at the top. Okay, so now to bring depth into this look, I'll be going in with that dark brown shade using that opposite side of the blending brush, and I'll just be packing that onto the outer areas, corners of her lid. As you can see, this video is slightly sped up, okay, for the purposes of editing. However, when you're packing that darker shade to build that depth, make sure you're blending it out. You don't want any harsh lines on the lid. Off camera, I went and applied some clear tape. If you've been following me for a while, honey, then you know my hand is not that steady, okay? And I'm not comfortable with doing a wing liner just yet. So I use tape, okay? If there's a hack, your girl is going to use it. So I'm going in with this Everlasting Liquid Black Eyeliner from Profusion Cosmetics. And I am simply using that tape to create that very sharp wing liner. Y'all, I was running my mouth. Y'all know I'm always running my mouth. I had one of the students asking me questions about what I was doing. So I always share the knowledge. Pay it forward. So to set that liner in place, I am going in with this Paul Mitchell angle brush, and I'm going right in using that black color from the Warrior 2 palette from Juvia's Place, and I'm going to mattify and set that liner into place. This helps with keeping the liner from transferring when the client opens their eyes. This also is a really good way to fix anything that you messed up. You go back over it with eyeshadow and a liner brush. Or if you want to extend something, this is also a good way to do that. I always set my liners. Now that her eyes are complete, I'm going in and I'm going to use one of my makeup wipe removers, and I'm going to clean out all of that fallout. You guys know that's just my thing. Every time I do an eyeshadow look, I always go and clean the client's under eye. I do not like shadows or anything getting into my face look. These are the lashes that I use for her. I ordered these from Amazon. Well, they were gifted to me from one of my classmates from Amazon. And that's what I use for her eyes. Off camera, I went and applied those lashes. For her foundation today, we will be using the Nicka K Full Coverage Mattifying Foundation. You guys know that I live by this foundation. It's absolutely amazing. And I ain't changing. Okay? Y'all better get y'all some Nicka K. Stop playing. And this is not a sponsored video, okay? This is not sponsored. If you send me a good product, or if I come across a good product, I'm going to review it and I'm going to let the world know about it because good products are rare. Okay? So I started applying this Nicka K Full Coverage Foundation in the shade 13. I realized it was a little dark. So I wanted to brighten it up a little bit. So you're going to see me swatch the same type of foundation, the Nicka K Full Coverage Mattifying Foundation. That's in the shade 12. Okay, I think I said this backwards. So I went in with the Nicka K Full Coverage Foundation in the shade 12. And it was a little light. So I wanted to deepen it up slightly. So you just saw me swatch the shade 13. Okay, number 13. I'm not exactly sure what the shade names are, but they are numbered. So what I did was I figured, let me mix these two together. And then it gave me what I wanted for her. She is light in the inner areas of her face, but she's dark, a little bit darker on the outer areas. So I just wanted that foundation to basically match her neck. So that's what I decided to do. I'm going to mix these two together and we're going to come up with a 12.5 basically. And it was her perfect color. It worked beautifully. And it oxidized beautifully into her skin. Y'all need to stop playing, man. Get you some Nicka K. Tell them TouchedByTyHairCo sent you. Because I'm really trying to get an endorsement deal with these people. Because they have really good products for the low. And why not? I'm already buying it. And I'm already using it. And no shade. My followers are using it. Stop playing, Nicka K. Cut the check. Okay. Get into this blend. I am using my Morphe E63 foundation brush to blend this foundation into her skin. I absolutely love this brush. If you don't have it, I highly recommend it. It is a good alternate to the Real Technique Color Pop brush. Okay, that brush is amazing. That's one of my favorite Real Technique brushes. And this brush is probably one of my favorite Morphe brushes. E63. I absolutely love it. To apply the foundation on the face, guys, I just use a flat foundation brush, okay? This particular one that I'm using, I believe, is from Real Perfection, which can be found on Amazon, but I use a beauty supply store flat foundation brush, the Ruby Kisses one. I have one from Morphe, like just a flat foundation brush to apply the makeup on the skin. I just like the way it applies the makeup on the skin. It's nice and even. It swatches well. And I normally go in with my E63 brush to blend it into the skin. And then I use my damp blending brush to blend in anything that my Morphe E63 could not get. Here you see me going in with my Real Technique blending brush, and I'm just blending anything that I didn't get with my Morphe foundation brush. Y'all, get into this foundation. Like, do you see this foundation? It's beautiful. Now for her highlight, I'm going in with my Nicka K Full Coverage Concealer in the shade 09. And I'm going to be highlighting her highlighted areas. To apply the highlighter, I try to stay away from application brushes because they're multi-use, right? We use these products on more than one person, so I really rather apply it to a brush and then from that brush apply it to the client, because I wash my brushes after every client. So And this is no shade to any other makeup artist, but I just try to keep it as sanitary as possible. We still have COVID. It's very much alive. We still have, you know, things that are getting people sick. So I just try to keep my clients and my products as safe as possible. So use your brushes, ladies. Stop using the applicators. It's low-key disgusting. Like, it's unsanitary. Use your brushes. Apply the product to a brush and then apply it to the skin from the brush. Normally, you always see me use a clear glove or a black glove. I had ran out of my gloves today, so I had to ensure that my hands were extremely clean because, as you can see, I'm pulling this product from my hand. I don't recommend this either, but if you don't have any more gloves, make sure your hands are clean prior to doing this, okay? But always try to put something on your hand. Okay, so I wanted to blend this product out in real time just to give you guys an idea of how fire these products are. That's it. You see that blend? Man, stop playing. Get you some Nicka K, okay? The concealer, the foundation is goated. I'm just saying. To start to build on that contour, I'm going in with the Nicka K Full Coverage Concealer in this shade. I believe this was 12. Let's see. Yep, in the shade 12. Now, you might look at this and say that's not deep. It wasn't deep enough for her. However, it did allow me just to start the process on where I want to start to build on the bronzing and the contouring of her face, okay? So I did need it. I should have went with the 14, but I picked up the 12, and once I placed it, it just was what it was. But a 14 probably would have been the proper color for her, but don't fret not, because I'm going to build on that bronze, and I'm also going to build some depth in the face with the bronze contour palette. So when blending out the highlight under the eye, you see me slow this video down here because I just wanted you guys to see, you know, take your time with this. You don't want your client to tear up. You don't want to irritate the client's eye. Just take your time. There isn't a specific time limit on blending. However, this process is essential to a flawless finish. So you just want to blend in that product, ensuring that there are no harsh lines, ensuring that you minimize the creasing as much as possible prior to setting. Okay, you don't want your client to crease. A good trick that I've learned, and I actually learned this from Soft Glam, is to have your client sit up, lean forward, but look up. Okay, this is going to prevent them from being so irritated under the eyes while you are in that blending process. It's a process. It's not a rush, okay? Don't smush it. Don't press it. You want to just simply pat this product very lightly into the skin until it disappears. That's basically what you want to do. A change in shade is okay, but y'all know me, no harsh lines. Going in, blending out all of that contour, and as you can see, it's already starting to create contrast with up against the highlighted areas, and that's what we want. Now we're setting her. I'm going in with the LA Girl Pro HD pressed powder in the shade Soft Honey to set all her highlighted areas. At first, I had the shade Classic Tan, but I felt like it was too dark. I wanted to keep those areas not super bright because this is a Soft Glam, but I did want it to be a little bit lighter than the rest of her face. So I decided to use the Soft Honey to set all of her highlighted areas, along with this dense powder brush. Now, to set the remaining of her face, I am going in with the LA Girl pressed powder in the shade Cocoa. And I'm using this to set the remaining areas of her face. So everywhere where I did not set the highlight, I'm going to set her face in this deeper shade. Now, as you can see, I'm going in with this Juvia's Place bronzer palette, and I am building on the bronze for her face, and then I'm going to use the deeper color in this palette to create that contrast with the contour. Now I'm taking a smaller blending brush and I'm creating that area to just kind of slim that nose down a little bit. Everyone's nose is different, y'all. I'm not really good on nose contouring. So this is still a learning process for me, but I try to make it do what it do. I try to create, you know, a little contour on that nose. I need to get stronger in this area though. And I'm completely okay with that, okay? I'm working on it. Now, I've went on off camera and I've applied her baking powder to bake her, okay, defining her features, setting that under eye, all that good stuff. I went in with the Sasha Buttercup for her under eye, her nose, and her middle of her forehead. And to define her cheekbones, I went in with the Laura Mercier in the shade medium deep transparent. If you don't have those powders in your kit, I highly suggest using them. They're absolutely amazing and you will not be disappointed, especially if you are an artist for women of color, okay? Her lip combo for today will be the Morphe lip liner in the shade, can y'all guess? Trendsetter, okay? Along with the Morphe matte lip gloss in the shade, can y'all guess? A Virgin. Y'all listen, I know I use that all the time, but it's just fire on everybody. Like, it's a beautiful lip combo. I don't care your complexion. It's absolutely gorgeous. And I love it. I'm just really loving this combo right now. I don't know why, but I am. And here's what I use for her lips. Now moving right along to her blush. I'm going in with the Juvia's Place blush palette in the shade Volume 1. Now, what you saw me doing right there, I had just washed my brushes about 30 minutes prior, so they were not dry. So I went into my kit and I got a different shadow brush out. You don't want to use a wet brush on dry products. It just doesn't work well. So I went in and now I'm applying the blush using both shades in this palette. Now I'm going in with my Real Technique setting brush. And this technique is just everything for me. I absolutely love it. It's something that I try and it works. I like to go in with that setting brush and just brush everything that's standing on the skin away. Okay. Once I've done that, I go in with my damp beauty blender, and anything that's left sitting on top of the skin, I like to press that into the skin. Y'all look at her. This look is just beautiful. It was just a really beautiful soft glam. Now I'm going in, evening out that skin tone. I'm going back in with that LA Girl pressed powder in the shade Cocoa. And I'm applying that to all the highlighted areas just to bring it down some. Basically, so there are no harsh lines with that. Y'all know what time it is, okay? Y'all know what we doing right here. And if you don't know, this is the L'Oreal Paris Lumi bronzer, and I absolutely live by it. It's a holy grail of mine. I probably wouldn't go anywhere and do any makeup without it. So check it out and tell me what you think. In the process of all that blending, my blush kind of got lost. So I'm just going back on and reapplying. And this process is okay to do. When you're using a lot of powder or you're baking the face, a lot of times things could get lost, like your blush or your bronzer. It's okay to go back in and just rebuild. Y'all look at her. Look at her face. Oh my God. So now I'm going in with the Morphe Continuous Setting Spray. Drenched her down in that. And we're moving right along to the finishing touches of this look. This is my handy dandy flea market palette, my my knockoff. Well, I ain't gonna say knockoff, but my dupe. Dupe is the proper word. My dupe Jenner palette from the flea market when I was in Texas, y'all. And right after this, y'all, ended up dropping this palette, and like 3-4 of my highlighters broke, and I almost cried. Like, but I'ma still use what's left, but I still almost cried. It pissed me off. But moving right along, I'm going in with that gold and pinkish shade. I don't know if you see me tap it or not, to use as our highlight shade. Now we're just adding some finishing touches. I wanted those eyes to pop at that tear duct area, so I went in with this loose Juvia's Place highlighter. I do not know the name right now. I'll leave it in the description box. I will leave the name of it down in the description box so you guys can have it. But I just wanted to give those eyes a little pop, and this highlighter, this loose highlighter, did just that. For her lip topper, I'm going in with the Kiss Colors Glam Shine in the shade Sunset. Now you see me going in. I am lining her waterline with the Morphe eyeliner in the shade Coconut, which is white, just to give that eye a little bit more pop. Now, to smudge out under her waterline, I am going in with this beautiful red color, okay? Again, just to give the eyes a little pop. And I'm using my Real Technique smudge brush just to apply that product right under her waterline. You're also going to see me go in with some Essence eyelash mascara. And that's just to bring out that bottom lash.
Okay. Yeah. Hello. Oh. Oh.
Y'all, do y'all see this look?
I'm coming. Ebony's here.
This is the final look, and she was really feeling her. She looked beautiful.
I really do.
Like, this just set into her skin gorgeously. Thank you guys so much for rocking with me. This is the final look. This is my first Soft Glam ever, and I think I did a decent job. I'm going to continue to work on some of these and continue to put out good tutorials for you guys. I hope this helps someone, but this is it, okay? This is it, all right? Thank you guys. I cannot thank my angels enough for rocking with me, okay? We've been doing this channel for 2 years. I started out with 0, and now I am almost at 1,000, and we are going to continue to grow here, okay? It is nothing but a blessing to have you as my YouTube family. It doesn't matter how you feel. God is always worthy to be praised, okay? And I will see you guys in the next video. Keep going, keep growing, and most of all, be blessed. Be blessed. There's purpose in you. No matter what, keep going. I will catch you guys next time. Touched by Ty Hair Co. out.